years, so I'm sure it's worth a lot. Why don't you take a look at it right there?
Yeah. Very nice, very nice.
Yep.
Well, it's a Voxton, which is kind of like a Huss-and-Dalton.
Is that a French word, Voxton?
I don't think so.
Oh. What do you think that's worth? I know it's got some scratches on it and stuff,
yeah, I mean, we'll want to get out the, you know, the microscopes to verify the vintage of the finish and everything, but I'm thinking for like $12.50, we could dispose of it for you.
If you play a stringed instrument, you owe it to yourself to visit Elderly and experience this place. If you don't play, I guarantee 10 minutes here and you'll be hooked. As for Lansing, I'll be back again real soon because there is so much more here to discover. And if anyone's interested, I'm selling a guitar. I have to be honest, I'd never been to Battle Creek before, so I didn't really know what to expect. Well, expect a lot when you get here because this city is on a mission, and I'd say mission accomplished. There's a reason the Kellogg Company and its foundation have kept their international headquarters here for all these years, and why they've remained such a big part of the community. It's just a great place to be. Located right near the middle of southern Lower Michigan, Battle Creek is right off I-94, just west of I-69 in beautiful rolling countryside. Battle Creek is also rich with historic buildings and landmarks, and the condition of some of these buildings is incredible. Believe it or not, a lot of these structures are well over 100 years old. The great thing about a city this size is that you can live in a traditional type neighborhood, but because you're so close, you still feel like you're part of the city. If you're a total city dweller like me, you can live in reclaimed space above some of the cool shops and restaurants right downtown. What I really liked was the linear Park Path Riverwalk. It gives you a real sense of place and walks you past some really cool stuff. Like the original Battle Creek Railroad Station. It was built in 1887 and is now Clara's on the River, a great place for people to meet and eat right downtown. The Riverwalk also takes you right past the Underground Railroad Monument. It was designed and sculpted by Ed Dwight, and the Kellogg Foundation had it built to honor the men and the women who operated the Underground Railroad in the mid-1800s. It's the nation's largest monument dedicated to the Underground Railroad. Now, say you're in Battle Creek and you get a sudden urge to do something wild. I mean, really wild. Just 10 minutes south of town is Binder Park Zoo. It was voted one of the best zoos in America, and it's right here in Michigan. My guide for the day is Greg Geis, and he's planned a real African safari for us. But before we go to Africa, he suggested that I stop and see the snow leopard.
I'm with my new best buddy here, Chris, and we're at the snow leopard exhibit. Hi, Chris.
Good to see you.
Explain to me, where's this animal from originally? It's a beautiful animal.
Well, snow leopards are found in the Far East Asia. They're found in China, Mongolia, parts of India, Pakistan, Afghanistan, all over in that region. But their numbers are really depleted in the wild. We're looking at about 6,000 individuals in all that large area that they have there.
Now, why do they call them snow leopards?
Well, their coat is particularly suited to camouflaging them against the snow, and they're found up in the Himalayan mountains.
Our next stop was the one that I'd been waiting for, the International Depot, where we start our safari to Africa.
So, Greg, where are we going now?
Well, we're heading to Wild Africa.
We're going to Africa?
We're about to get on the tram at the International Depot and head out to Zuri National Park, Wild Africa.
And you know what the best thing about going to Africa in Michigan is? It's less expensive. Let's go. Wow, so this is the way to Africa.
This is the way to Africa.
Once the tram leaves the station, you really start to feel like you're being transported into a whole different environment.
This is very, very cool. This is the tram that takes us to Africa?
It is.
Now, tell me a little bit about this whole experience.
Well, this is a 5 or 6 minute ride that actually takes you out of the original or East Zoo, and we transport through some beautiful Michigan nature on our way to Wild Africa, and this really helps set the stage for the African experience, which is a very deep immersion experience. So this is here, we are really sort of changing your thinking. And
Gotcha. Yeah, it looks like a jungle. I mean,
when you step off the tram, you're instantly transported to an authentic African village where you're surrounded by all the sights and sounds of Africa.
I didn't bring my passport. Is that a problem?
It's not a problem, but I think our agents will probably keep an eye on you.
Okay, and I also don't speak any other language other than English. Actually, I'm still working on that one too.
Do you have a pocket full of greenbacks? Because that speaks
Yes,
volumes.
I speak that language, yes.
Yes.
So tell us a little bit about where we are right now.
Well, we're now at the village at the entrance to Zuri National Park. Zuri is a Swahili word that means pretty or beautiful. And we have our restaurant, the Kalahari Kitchen, Zawadi Traders, and this is the entrance to the park. We're going to be going through here in just a minute and start on our safari.
Let's do it.
Okay.
When you first step up and overlook the savannah, the view is breathtaking. And by this time, your imagination totally takes over and you're in Africa. After spending some time to, well, get to know the locals, Greg decided it was time for us to head into the park.
So this is the Zuri National Park entrance.
It is
Zuri means?
beautiful or lovely, and it's a Swahili word.
Oh, thank you for saying that. I have some luggage. If somebody could take care of it for me, it's over there.
Sure they
Thank
can.
you.
Actually,
I always come
pass
prepared.
me the tip money now, and I'll make sure that they get some of it.
All right, here you go, my good man. That's for you. So now we're actually in Africa. At least that's what the sign says.
We are. We've come through the village and through the park headquarters, and we're now starting on the 0.8 of a mile safari hike that we're going to be taking.
The walk through the park is very cool. And about 100 feet in, you become suspended high above the jungle floor by a wooden walkway that, believe it or not, was built entirely by Michigan high school and college students. The first place we came to on our safari was an authentic African outpost. The outpost also had some incredible close-up views of the animals. You could almost reach out and touch them.
You can see the 3 bonnet buck right here in the foreground. These are the guys with the white snout and brown and then white undersides and legs. And up on top of the hill is one of our zebras. That's a Grant's zebra. On the edge of the hill you can see giraffes. I can see our 3 babies. We had 3 born here in the last year. That's one mother there on the right.
The next stop on our safari was an experience that I won't soon forget.
From Twiga Overlook, folks can feed the giraffes, and we charge for people. We feed mostly lettuce, romaine lettuce, and we charge people for it so that helps pay the bills to keep the giraffes.
Just when I thought I'd seen everything, Greg took us to an incredible place where man meets monkey.
And this is Monkey Valley.
Monkey Valley. What's
Yeah.
Monkey Valley?
Well, it is a valley, and we walk out here at treetop level and
Oh.
actually see 2 species of primates. This one right here, the black and white ones, are black and white colobus monkeys. And then over behind us is our group of black mangabes. These are another
they're
species
so
of
black,
mangabey.
they're blue-black.
Yeah, and here's
Look
here's
at that.
their
Hi, feller.
the youngest of the
Oh my
group. These guys always remind me of the monkeys, the flying monkeys in The Wizard of Oz.
Oh, they do.
We hitched a ride out of Monkey Valley and headed for our last stop of the day. Riding high above the jungle floor, we finally encountered the massive horned African Watusi bull. A day in Africa with no packing and no 20-hour flight. Only in Michigan and only at the Binder Park Zoo.
I'm Tom Dalton from Under the Radar, Michigan. Hello. You know, I love the internet. I mean, I really love the internet. And one thing I really, really love about the internet is that you can take it almost anywhere you go. Why, look, I've got it here with me now. So next time you're on the internet, go to utrmichigan.com. You'll find links and information on all the great people, places, and things that we discover right here in Michigan. Or if you're a social networking kind of person like me and you'd like to be a part of the program, go to our Facebook page at Under the Radar Michigan. There you can suggest people, places, and things you'd like to see us feature on the program. We'd love to hear from you. Go to utrmichigan.com today. You'll be glad you did.
Under the Radar Michigan is brought to you in part by the Michigan State Housing Development Authority, investing in people, places, and partnerships to help transform Michigan and the Michigan economy. In cities, towns, and neighborhoods, people are building better places to live and better communities. Also in part by the Food Bank Council of Michigan, Michigan's statewide food bank network committed to the alleviation of hunger in Michigan and in our nation. The Food Bank Council of Michigan gathers food and funds to help stock Michigan's food banks. And by Moose Jaw, a Michigan retailer whose stores and employees serve the outdoor enthusiast with clothing and gear. Information on locations and gear at moosejaw.com. Closed captioning for Under the Radar Michigan is made possible by Shamrock Travel in downtown Rochester.